All right, girls, I hope that you enjoyed our lesson today, our reading today, on Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. I personally love this book because it uses a lot of verbs, and I want to teach you girls about using verbs today. Um, Verbs are action words, and as you may remember from the story, there's lots of action happening for Max and the monsters. And in particular, on these two pages are 4 verbs that I'd like to highlight a little bit and have you try and learn today. So, to begin with, this is when Max comes into the island, right? And it says, and when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. So, the first verb that we come to here is when they roared their terrible roars. A roar means to utter a loud, deep cry or howl. So the monsters were probably like, oh, rawr. And then the next verb that we come to is gnashed their terrible teeth. And that's this verb up here. It's the action of grinding or striking your teeth together. So there's another one of our action words, our verbs. And then it says that they rolled their terrible eyes. So do you think when they rolled their terrible eyes that they popped out their eyeballs and rolled them around? Is that what that means?
No. Yeah.
Have you ever seen somebody roll their eyes when they think somebody's crazy or something? They roll their eyes up into their heads. Your sister? So roll means to cause to turn over or over and over. And so they could roll their eyes because they turned their eyeballs over in their head, or they could take like a log or something like that and roll it down a hill, and that would be rolling. So, and the last verb that is in this section is that they showed their terrible claws. So they did this. And show means to cause or allow to be seen. So they could have had their claws hidden, maybe they had them in their pockets, and then they pulled them out and they caused them to be seen. Or if you ever do show and tell, you bring something to class to be seen by your classmates. So you're showing, you're exhibiting, you're displaying. So all of these are verbs. So Miss Ethel, can you tell us, can you define one of the verbs up here? First state the verb and then provide the definition for it.
Gnash.
Gnash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what does gnash mean?
Grinding your teeth together.
Grinding your teeth. So Miss Masterson, can you demonstrate that for us? All right. Miss Ethel, how did she do?
Good. She did
Good, good.
Good job.
All right. So I want to give a quick review of this, just a quick quiz. So if each one of you take one of these, and here are 2 pencils, and just write your names at the top. And this is a multiple choice quiz. And so what we will do, I will read the question, and then you will choose from A, B, C, or D for the answer based on what we learned today. So based on these 4 verbs, that's all I'll be quizzing you over. So number 1, gnash means A, to cry about something sad, B, to cut something with a knife, C, to grind or strike the teeth together, especially in rage or pain, D, to leap for joy. Just let me know when you're finished and I'll go to the next question.
Finished.
Number 2, roll means A, to scream and holler. So just circle the one that you like the best, or that fits. Roll means B, to cause to turn over and over. Roll means C, to dance around the house. Roll means D, to go to bed hungry. Okay, Number 3, roar means A, to keep quiet, B, to talk fast, C, to jump up and down in anger, or D, to utter a loud, deep cry or howl. Okay. Number 5, show means A, to cause or allow to be seen, exhibit, display. B, to swing from a tree. C, to live in a forest. Or D, to chase your dog. So just circle the answer that fits best, the definition that fits best. Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. I'll collect those. Thank you very much.
What do you want us to do with our pencils?
You could just lay them in this crayon box for now. All right. So, something that I would like to do is introduce you girls to the open mind portrait procedure. Now, today we learned about Max and his adventures on the island where the wild things are, and then we've spent some time learning about verbs. And so what I'd like to do you know what a portrait is? Do either of you know what a portrait means?
Picture of somebody? A picture?
Yes, yeah, it's like their usually it's just their face. And so an open mind portrait would mean that we're getting inside of the head of the person, right? And actually with this model, you can see here, you can look inside of his head. His brain comes out. Pretty cool, huh? So what I'd like to try and do today is get inside of Max's head. And so I would like us to think about, what is Max thinking as far as verbs go? What different verbs that we have learned today might Max be thinking about? So to help us with that, we will create our own Max's Open Mind portrait books. So I've created covers for you both. And what I would like to have you do is write your name. You can use your pencils again to write your name there. Great. And do we have an extra sheet? Yep. Okay. So you may have noticed that we have Max's head, his disembodied head here. And in our cover photo, Max is crying. But what I would like you to do is open your book and trace Max's head somewhere down here in the corner. And this is what I've done. I've created one myself. I traced Max's head, and then he's crying in that picture, but you could have him smiling, you could have him gnashing his teeth, you could have him screaming, or whatever you'd like to have Max doing. You can draw him, you can put whiskers on him, however you'd like to do it. Then I'd like you to create a thought balloon and draw something that Max might be thinking about that enacts one of the verbs that we learned today. So in my example, I had Max thinking about one of the monsters rolling his eyes. So I'd like for you to pick 2 verbs out of the 4 and illustrate that. So as you're drawing here, can you tell me a little bit about, can you name the 4 verbs that we learned today?
I remember the roll the eyes one because we just talked about that. It was so gross. So, and then this I had to act out gnashing teeth.
Yes.
Can we erase?
So, yes, you may erase. And then there's colors here. You are welcome to color.
Roar, that's a
Roar was one of the verbs.
good one.
Yeah. And we had one last one.
National defeat.
Show, like their claws were sticking out. You said they were hiding them in their pocket, and then they like popped them out and
That's
showing
correct. That's correct. Okay. So, can you girls tell me one thing that you've learned today?
There's lots of verbs in that book, in that one verb.
That's correct. In fact, there's lots of verbs everywhere. And what would be maybe one way that you could practice learning some verbs?
Well, like in your book, the monsters were doing stuff.
Uh-huh.
So we could like do stuff, and then somebody could guess what we're doing. Would that be a verb? If we were doing something and they were guessing what we were doing?
Yeah, you
what
could
we were
play a
doing?
guessing game, guess the verb, and you would act it out and have one of your friends try and guess what you're doing.
Mr. Starr, are we supposed to put both of them on the same page?
No, let's use your second page to draw the other picture of Max
Okay.
and the thought bubble.
Did you want us to try to write the word that goes with our picture, or just draw the picture?
No, just draw the picture. So one idea that I had for how we could do how we could practice verbs would be to find another book. You know, pick one of your favorite books and read it, or have your parents read it to you, and try and tell your parents, name as many verbs that you hear. Whenever you hear your folks read a verb to you, you could name it. And so, and then count them all up at the end and see how many you got right. All right. So have you finished both of your pictures, Ms. Masterson?
I have.
Oh my goodness. You won't do a line for me.
Miss Ethel, would you like to guess what those are?
This was shout. Roar.
Roar. All right. Was that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because see how his mouth has the stuff coming out of it?
Oh yeah. I
Really,
see.
really loud, big mouth open.
That's
And
great.
Show.
Yep.
Show.
Popped out his claws.
All right. Excellent.
Let's see.
Well, you see, he's not happy about the claws.
No, he's not.
But he does. He likes to yell. See, I'm just pretending that Max likes to yell, so he's happy about. He doesn't really care if the monsters yell, but they do look a little bit scary once he sees their claws. So he
Yes,
gets
they do.
scared.
All right. Miss Ethel has one of hers finished. What do we think that is?
It looks like he's sliding down a mountain, so he could be rolling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Oh, remember when Mr. Starr talked about the log?
Yeah.
Oops, I'm sorry, Miss Ethel. I drew on your picture.
I did the other one that way
Sorry,
too.
that was bad.
Okay, let's see.
Could do one like mine and get the friends.
Yeah, they could be the same.
Yeah. Oh, his teeth are together. He has to be gnashing because that's the word he picked. Yeah. That's what I guess.
Great. That's great. All right. Well, we can
That's
staple.
very good, Miss Ethel.
Put your books in order, and we'll staple those. So today we learned about verbs. And can you girls tell me anything else that maybe we learned about today?
We learned about looking inside people's head.
Yes. We learned about the
What was that fancy word?
open mind portrait
Yeah.
procedure. And so we looked inside Max's head a little bit and learned about his thoughts on different verbs. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Starr.
Bye.
Bye.